So, listen everybody. What you're about to see here is my single greatest shame in life. I mean, I was A-okay for most of that, but still, that is a problematic amount of time to spend clicking monsters. Anyway, the point is, we're making a clicker game today. You probably figured that out already. So every good fancy clicker game has got to have a good, noun clicker name. And what I'm thinking this will be is Pig Clicker, because I have a history of abusing pigs on this channel. So in order to keep with that theme of abusing pigs, let's make it so that to spawn more pigs, you gotta punch this pig. Well, a little while later, and we have this working, you can punch this here pig, and ta-da, you get another pig. And you can do this a bunch of times. And the good thing is, this is going to lend itself really well to future upgrades, because if it's actually dependent on how much damage you do. So if I do something that does still not a lot of damage, like say a wooden hoe, wait, let's just use the sword. I accidentally killed the other pig, but I think those results speak for themselves. So yeah. But with our pig respawned, one problem that we can already start to see is I can click on this as fast as I want to, and it's still only going to do it at a certain rate. And that's because actually it's only possible to hit an entity like once every, I don't know if it's like half a second or maybe even a full second, it looks like. No, probably half a second. But the point is, there's something going on which is preventing us from hitting it any faster. I'm hoping there's going to be a way around that, because if there's not, then this is going to be a really boring game. Well, unfortunately I could not figure out how to make it sort of reset that invulnerability period, so I looked it up, and the internet did not seem to know how to do it either, which makes me think it's impossible. So now what we do is we literally just kill the old one and teleport it away, so we just get a new one, which is not invulnerable, and that means we can click much faster. It seems like it's still not perfect, and it looks a little bit weird, but it is, I think it's better than any of the alternatives. So, there you go. And I mean, like really with that, sort of the basic part of this clicker game is done. I think all we have to do is just like add in a few upgrades and, yeah. So the first sort of set of upgrades that I want to have, which should be pretty simple, is just to increase the amount of damage you do. So right now if I click, I spawn one pig, but actually it's really easy for me to like double my damage, which is really helpful. And you can do that with the new /attribute command, which is not that new anymore. But what I can do is I can say, I can add a modifier. I don't really know how this works, actually. Okay, turns out it wasn't actually that complicated. I just had to have a unique UUID for the attribute modifier, which is something that I've never really been sure why that's a thing. But, hey, I copied the one that pig has and literally just changed to the last digit, which is probably not a good idea, but you know what, whatever. I'm pretty sure we can just apply that, and now, I seem to do 3 damage. Ah, okay. Seems like for some reason when I said, add like a multiplier of 2, it actually added 1 to that number, so it was a multiplier of 3. When I just, where is it? At some point I just made it 1 instead of 2, and so now it just does 2 damage whenever I click. So I think to get that working, I made these signs. Already you can click on them, and wow, it makes a redstone block. So I just need to make some command blocks that literally just run the command that I just ran in the chat here to give me the modifier. Okay, I think we have that working. So right now, actually, if I click this command block, or this sign, it does nothing. It spawns the redstone block, but I have it set to immediately remove that redstone block because my score isn't high enough. But if I just punch that, actually let's just use that, let that count up. Oh wow, it didn't make it. That was not what I wanted to happen. The point is, we can click this, a bunch of pigs get killed, and now if we click, we get 2 pigs every time. That is very nice. I added in an extra fence. Somehow the pigs are still making it over, so I'm just going to add in like 2 more layers and fill in the other 2 of those guys. The other nice thing about it is that these redstone blocks sort of stay in place, so even if I click this again, like, it can't make a new redstone block there. So I was thinking, next up, I would like to sort of change up the pen a little bit. I was thinking, this looks sort of boring, and that was intentional. What I was thinking would be fun is if, like, at first you have this really bad pen that maybe can only hold, I don't know, not very many pigs, and, as you go, you sort of have the chance to get more and more pigs. The only really difficult part about that, and it wouldn't even be that difficult, is I would just have to make, like, sort of a lot of cloning commands, which, not gonna lie to you, it's not my favorite thing, but you know what? It'll do, and so I'm gonna do it. Alright, well, allow me to introduce you to the 3 latest upgrades. We have, obviously, the normal old pig pen, we have the pig house, the pig fortress, and finally the somewhat questionable looking pig palace. So at the moment, I believe it should actually be possible to purchase the higher levels. Like, if I just real quick generate 100 pigs and click on that costs 200 pigs. I made it. I'm really not worrying too much about balancing the costs, but anyway, we can click that. A bunch of pigs will die. Some pigs will escape. That's probably something I should deal with. It may or may not be something that I actually do end up dealing with. Anyway, I believe what we should do next is actually add some functionality to these things. So what I mean by that is we should make it so that each higher level of thing can hold a few more pigs than the last. Which, I guess we just gotta go ahead and change some of these commands down here. So the exact change I had to make is I added another scoreboard called limit, which I set to be equal to the scoreboard value associated with, like, the level of the house times 100. And when we go to spawn a pig, I first make sure that the number of pigs currently alive is less than that limit score. So the result of that is if we hit this pig, you can see it will start to spawn pigs until it gets to 100, and now we can hit it all we want to, and it will not spawn any more pigs. Now you would have to upgrade your pig house to do that, but of course you can't, because you don't have enough pigs. So I do actually have a plan for how we're sort of going to get around that problem. So what I was thinking we would do is this could be the part where we finally implement, like, the different kinds of pigs. So what I was thinking is the way that it could work is each higher level of pig, right, to summon it, you would actually have to kill a few of your own pigs. But it itself would also be worth more pigs. So it would be sort of a way of, like, condensing your pigs into higher level pigs. So I thought, in addition to having this pig here, we could have some more pigs, which would, like, look like the new special kinds of pigs, and those pigs could be the things that you punched to spawn in those kinds of pigs. That's going to be a little bit tricky, actually, because right now it doesn't detect if this pig gets punched, it detects if anything gets punched. So, like, I could literally spawn in, I don't know, I didn't spell zombie right, a zombie horse, right? Summon that in, punch it, and some stuff gets spawned. So, I'm not really sure quite what to do about that, but, I don't know, I'll figure something out. Well, as it turns out, that was rather complicated to implement. I had to basically just add a whole new scoreboard objective, and that will just track sort of the damage that each pig has been dealt individually, and I can just sort of decide which pig to give the damage to based on, like, which one has just taken damage. But yeah, so the point is, it was complicated. It was really complicated, but it is working now, mostly, apparently. So I just have to add in a few more kinds of pigs, and, like, then that whole thing should be just about done, really. Alright, and here we have it, the full lineup. We have, of course, let me cover this up. We have, of course, the normal pigs, which I decided would be worth 1 point, because that seems like a good choice. Then we have the pig stack, which is a little bit, there we go, a little bit, okay, no, it's still doing it. It's a stack of pigs, alright. It costs 5 normal pigs, and it is worth 7 points. Then we have the magic pigs, which get this fancy particle effect. These guys I decided would be worth 100 points, I think, and cost 13 pig stacks, so pretty expensive, you know? And finally, we have the Pig Knight, or Golden Knight, or I haven't really picked a name yet, which is worth 1,200 points, and costs, I believe, 10 magic pigs. So you can kind of see how it starts to get kind of difficult to get up there. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and give this a little run through, because why not? You know, it seems like it would be fun to try and max out all my stats. So anyway, let's start here. I'm probably gonna sort of skip over this part because it's gonna take a little while. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that a benefit of the higher level pigs is that they can sort of be used to exceed the normal limit of your house. So like, you know, you remember before I could only get up to 100, but as you're about to see, I can now actually get up to more than 100 because there are fewer than 100 pigs in here. It's just that the pigs are worth more. So enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the first damage upgrade. So we're hitting pigs. Oh right, we would max out. I forgot that maxing out is actually a thing. So let's get some higher level pigs, and can we actually get one of these? We can! We got our first magic pig in there. So that's kind of epic. And we have a lot of points now, actually. So let's see if we can get another magic pig, and then maybe we can get like a house upgrade. So getting lots of big pigs. Got one more magic pig, and actually we can very easily afford a bigger house. I'm kind of thinking my score is higher than it should be. Hold on, let me go check if that's true. I'm back, and unfortunately, yes, there was a minor error in the score calculation. Our score is actually only 243, oh no. But we can buy a pig house, so now our pigs have a nice place to stay while they get punched. I think next up I want to save up for the next damage upgrade, actually, so we're going to need 10 magic pigs for that. Alright, here we go, we're getting real close. I am hoping to not actually hit the limit of my house capacity. We did not hit that limit, in fact, so we can buy our damage upgrade number 2. Amazing. But now we're really zooming through the levels now. I guess our next step should probably be to save up for the pig fortress. So I'm literally just going to do the exact same thing that I just did, except hopefully it will be a little bit faster this time. Alright, here we go once again, getting close to the big 1K, which, you know, it is a lot faster now with this upgrade. And at long last we can buy the pig fortress. Oh, and it starts raining just in time. So now with this pig fortress, I'm pretty sure we can hold up to 300 pigs. I mean, okay, at this point, so I guess our next step would either be the pig palace or the more damage 3. I'm not going to bother with more damage 3. Getting to 10k sounds like a lot of work. However, the pig palace, I can do that. Once this sort of set of normal pigs fills up, we should be able to get some stack pigs. And then some magic pigs, and I'm really hoping now, yeah, there it is, the Golden Knight. That's pretty amazing. Alright, and here we are in very dramatic fashion. I believe actually buying this Golden Knight will push us over the limit. It did, and so now we can buy, not more damage 3, that's not happening, the Pig Palace, which is beautiful. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of random command stuff. I'm guessing this one's going to be a little bit long because it took longer than I expected, but it's somehow also going to be like a little bit less detailed. Like I'm going to have to skim over most of the explanations because wow, that was more work than I was expecting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know, consider liking or subscribing or I don't know, one of those things. If you didn't like it, always dislike or, tell me that you hate me in the comments or I don't care what. And either way, I will see you soon. Bye!